Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a throwaway account in the AITA subreddit. The post is titled, "Did I mess up by breaking up with my GF after she suggested an open relationship? My girlfriend of about 5 years recently suggested an open relationship. I know what it is, but just in case I misheard, I asked her to elaborate, and yeah, pretty much what you would think. She wanted us to be able to have sex with others. I took a deep breath and said that we were done. I've seen stories about open relationships and know that there's no way in hell I'd ever want one. She tried to take it back, but I told her that the fact she had the nerve to even ask was a deal breaker. For your information, we had never done anything with another person, and I have never suggested any of it, so there's no way I ever gave her any hints. This is something I would want. I didn't even listen to her and just ignored her as she kept trying to explain and apologize. I just packed some stuff and went to stay with my parents. She's been trying to call me, but honestly, I feel like asking for an open relationship is basically asking for permission to cheat update. So I had to see her again at our old place since a lot of my stuff was there. She did try to convince me again that she didn't mean it and that she didn't need an open relationship. Honestly, reading the comments from my last post kind of helped me prepare for this, to be honest. I had an idea of what to expect. I told her some things you just can't take back. Some questions just can't be unheard. She did try to convince me again, but honestly, I ignored her as best I could. I just don't feel safe with her anymore. I don't feel comfortable staying with someone who even wants to explore this. The idea that she wanted to go out, have sex with others, come back, and act like nothing happened genuinely makes my stomach drop. She was 100% okay with that. I did some self-reflection and asked myself, would I ever ask her something like that? No, I really wouldn't. I feel like some things just change the way you see people. I mean, if I told her I wanted her to get cosmetic surgery, she'd be hurt. I know she would. It's something fundamental in you, like you are not good enough for your partner and they actively want to change you or your relationship. I don't know, I am sad this happened, but I don't regret it. Turuiel said, "I'm so proud of how the OP handled this. His partner sang the song that could not be unsung, and he didn't hesitate. His spine was made of adamant. He immediately ended things, then spent his time away from her contemplating what it would look like, why she would want it, and why he didn't. No notes, 10 out of 10. Frankly, he handled it so well, I'm surprised this even made it to Reddit." Jay Tinka said, "A huge percentage of open relationships fail, largely due to one person who has their eye on a coworker or friend, or has likely already started an emotional affair. What they are really looking for is a way to absolve themselves of any guilt. Just the idea that my partner was thinking of stepping out to sleep with other people would be a deal breaker for me too." No Sign Says No said, "People need to start understanding how impossible it is to put the open relationship genie back in the bottle. The question alone is a direct statement that you want to have sex with other people. Unless the relationship has had some level of overture toward this kind of kink or lifestyle, the implication is that you want to have sex with other people specifically because you want to have sex with other people. If someone does not want that, they get to either break up or grapple with insecurity and trust issues." This second post was made in the relationship subreddit by a user named Tinder Gone Wrong. The post is titled, "My best friend thinks I ruined a relationship and now she won't talk to me. After high school, I moved out of state for college. I always kept in touch with my best friend Anna, and we kept each other informed about guys we were seeing and all that stuff. After college, about 6 months ago, I moved back to my home state, but an hour away from my hometown. About a month ago, I decided since I was finally settled to start getting back into the dating game, so I joined Tinder. Instantly, I met this really awesome guy named John. It turns out that John was up in my part of the state for work, but actually lives in my hometown. I started to realize that he looked familiar and asked if we went to elementary school together or if he attended my church as a kid. He said he just moved to the state a couple of years ago, and I chalked it up to him having one of those faces. We started chatting and hit it off pretty quickly. I told him I wasn't big into social media, and he said he wasn't either, so we exchanged numbers and started texting to communicate. Even though he lived an hour away, he commutes to my town a lot for work, and since neither of us was looking for anything serious, we figured this was a pretty awesome setup. After a while, our conversations turned a bit sexual, with some sexy pictures being sent from his side and comments about hooking up when he came back. We set up a date to have lunch and meet when he got back. During this time, I had told Anna all about him, and when I finally told her we were going to meet up, she asked for a picture. I sent her one and was surprised to find out that she had dated him for a short time, a couple of weeks, a few years back. I asked if she was okay with me seeing him, and she said she didn't care, but that she was positive he had a girlfriend. She sent me his full name so I could find him on Facebook, and sure enough, he was in a relationship. I was pissed. I instantly sent him a message confronting him. He apologized profusely and said it was a mistake to talk to me on Tinder. I told him he should be apologizing to his girlfriend, which he begged me not to tell. I told him to fuck off and blocked his number. After that, I screenshot all the messages we had sent, including him admitting his guilt, and sent his girlfriend a Facebook message. I told her I felt awful for having even a small role in his potential infidelity and that I thought she should know. I haven't gotten a message back and I don't think I will, but I felt what I did was the right thing to do. Fast forward to a couple of days ago when I came back home and went out for lunch with Anna. She asked me what ended up happening with John, and I told her. She instantly got furious and started saying stuff like I had no business interfering with another person's relationship, and how could I destroy a relationship I wasn't part of? I got really defensive and told her that he made me part of their relationship when he tried to cheat on his girlfriend with me. She told me I was disgusting and an awful person for what I did and that I had no business messaging John's girlfriend, then paid and left. She hasn't talked to me since. I feel like I did the right thing, but the way Anna reacted and how she refuses to talk to me anymore is making me question everything. Was I right to get involved and message his girlfriend? How can I get Anna to talk to me again? Update. I didn't think I would need to update, especially after hearing nothing from John's girlfriend after the first couple of days, but here I am. First off, thanks for the comments and private messages. I know I did the right thing and I was confused by Anna's reaction, but the support that poured in helped so much. Thank you. Now, Anna still wasn't talking to me when my trip home came to an end, so I just drove back to my city and went on about my life. She ended up calling me in the middle of last week and said she wanted to talk about what happened. She still believed that what I did was wrong and she didn't approve. I asked her if she would ever tell me if she found out a future boyfriend of mine was cheating on me, and she said, of course, but that's because I know you. I told her I didn't see the friendship stranger status as an excuse to let a guy be shitty to his girlfriend. After a while of back and forth with the same arguments, I told her that we could agree to disagree and leave it at that. She said okay, and we hung up. After we hung up, I decided to check my Facebook, and lo and behold, there was a message from John's girlfriend in my inbox from 2 days before. I was kind of nervous to read it, but it just said, "Are you in X right now?" I replied that I wasn't, and an hour later, I got another message asking if I could call her and her number. I was super nervous because I had no idea what I was going to be walking into, but I figured if it got too bad, I could hang up and block her number. I called her and it was a very awkward greeting. Then she asked me to tell her everything that happened. I obliged and told her exactly what happened. I could tell she was crying on the other end, which broke my heart, and I started apologizing, but she told me not to. She was grateful that I told her. Apparently, John and she have been together for close to 4 years, and he cheated on her a lot during the first year of being together until she found out. He promised he'd never do it again, and she took him back. She said she was always really paranoid he would cheat again, but he never showed signs or anything out of the ordinary. I apologized for being the spotlight on what an ass he was. We kinda got to chatting for a while after that, and after a while, she switched from the depression to the anger stage, and I let her vent. At the end of it all, she said she was finally going to leave him, which I agreed with, and then said that if I'm ever back in town, she'd like to buy me a coffee. I thought that was a nice gesture, and I might take her up on the offer. After the phone call, I was really relieved and happy about how things turned out. I went to text Anna to tell her, but then I remembered that John's girlfriend said they had been dating for 4 years. So I texted Anna and asked her when she dated John. It was 2 years ago. She must have known that he was dating another girl, and that's why she was so furious. So a lot of you guessed right that she was his mistress for a while. I'm not going to tell John's girlfriend since she's done with him and doesn't need any more heartache, but I'm definitely going to cut Anna out of my life. And when she asks why, I'll just tell her that I know about her and John. All in all, it turned out okay for pretty much everyone involved except for John, which is good because fuck that dude. Heyo Meatballs said, "How dare you do exactly what I did and feel bad about it. Now I look like a terrible person." To this comment, Lorda Reed said, "Yep, she was feeling so inferior to OP, who had the courage to speak to John's girlfriend where she didn't." Then Inner Breadfruit said, "I think Anna was still seeing John. Anna told the OP about the girlfriend to keep the OP from seeing John. The OP speaking to the girlfriend revealed that John was a serial cheater and could bring John and Anna's affair to light." Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, GamerSupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.